I want to ask you, what is your, each one of you, like motivation? Why did you choose to be inside the StartupGrind?
I have an agenda in my own life, and I travel around the world, and I talk about my agenda. My agenda has two elements. To have a strong economy around the world. It's hard for me to see countries who are failing, okay, like Greece and other ones. I think that if the world will have strong economy, there will be prosperity all around. And I think that when the economy is going bad, then war is the alternative. I have lived in a country of war for 57 years, okay, and fell out of it. I think that if people are happy, they have enough money, there's no hate. So in North Korea, they're poor, so it's very easy to build hate. In South Korea, people are happy because South Korea economically is strong. People are happy, they don't want to fight. We have to fight, okay? But on the other side, if we can bring something to the world and to teach the world how to build strong economies by growing new startups, that's how you grow a company, how you grow a country. Because the GDP grows, as you know, the GDP of Israel grew by 100% in less than 5 years just because of startup technologies. Okay? So when you have strong economy around the world, there will be peace and prosperity and a lot of great ideas and work for everyone. So this is my agenda. I travel around the world. I travel in Canada and I go to Europe and I talk about it and explain how to do it and how to develop management strategies for it. The second part for me to be in here, because this is the way. This is the way to build strong economy. Also, when people are connected from different parts of the world, building strong economy, everybody's there because everybody wants to have a better life. But you see, better life also has to do with education. Okay?
Right.
So my belief that creating better education in the world, okay, it's not a belief, I have a whole system with 2,000 pages written down, okay, about how to build a talent development environment. Talent development environment.
That's what you do.
Because this is the future. The future is not by you having an MBA. The future, if you have talent or not, MBA anyone can have, okay? But the future is about talent development. I believe I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them and abuse them, okay? Because if there is a connection around the world, this is the best way to go. Let's help those startups to build a strong economy and invest money in better education. That's why they're friends. They're friends.
Great. Wow. So can you share ideas? What is the vision of StartupGrind?
Yes, it's very easy. The main subject here is to find the next $1 billion company. But how you can find it, we need to build it. So, like Opher said, it's globally, so we can find a good team here in Israel, and we need to find also a good platform in the United States, and also we can find great investors from India, and we can share it together, and we can build the next 1 billion company together. So this is the main issue, but with if we share the right values and the same values, we can do it together. So for me, we want to bring the best technology from Tel Aviv outside and to share our knowledge and to find the great investors and the great other service providers or platforms for Israeli marketing.
Wow. So to have the StartupGrind also in Korea, I want to know how it works. Like StartupGrind is powered by Google. So can you please tell us?
Yes, Google have a unit called Google for Entrepreneurs, and they help other communities. But in StartupGrind, they have a partnership, a strong partnership with StartupGrind founders, and they help with the software, the systems, the collaboration tools, and they bring their knowledge, and it's helped StartupGrind to be a globally, instead of to be a local community and small community around one subject. This is a big subject to build the next 1 billion company. So it's a big issue, and also for Google guys, it's the main issue also. So they want to find these great guys or the great team, and to help them to grow up.
And to grow themselves up.
Yeah.
Wow, so we'll expect to see also the startup grind in Korea and to make it more interesting inside the startup grind. So I would like to ask each one of you, like, what do you think is the key feature maybe that makes this interesting Israeli startup ecosystem, and maybe in terms of that, like maybe a message to the audience that you would like to share. So I want to ask each one.
I think from Israel we invest a lot of time, budget, and also knowledge to build the next chip who can change the world, to build the next security issue to close our systems. And I think we invest right now lots of in biotech and medical devices, and we want to think that we know what the world wants or what the world will use in the next year. And I think we build it very strong here in the army and inside our university. We have the Technion in the north of this country. And as I told you before the interview, 40% of Nasdaq stock exchange are built from the Technion graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we think what will be the next thing that all the world will use it. We think we are a small country, but we think about the other countries. I think this will build the technology, and we need the partnerships from the platform, the marketing, and from the money, the investors. This is what we need.
Okay,
So I'm taking what you said, and I'm kind of interpreting this into my own vision and from what I saw being abroad for a while. Israel has this mashup between very kind of technology-oriented people from the Technion, for example, from Talpiot, from A200, that comes with a very kind of integrated people that are very versatile. So a lot of startups are coming from kind of finding creative solutions to things that are complementary to existing technologies together because of their nature of like, let's exit tomorrow, let's have it tomorrow, and everything. So this, I think, makes it so like that, you know, a lot of startups, very quick, let's exit, and then let's exit again. And this is great, but I think that we can elevate even more, you know. I think that one of the keys that for me would be great pride to see from Israel is to generate like a very long-lasting, substantial company, you know, that would grow from here. But and also I think that what StartupGrind does is to enable, to bridge, again, like I said before the interview, make the world smaller, bridge, find the right partners because Israel needs them. And like in the Startup Nation, they said like money is the spark. So this is, yeah.
wow. Because you're never sure with the future, so you try to make it like today.
Yes.
So that makes the like startup people more focused on making like startups, not to grow it so big.
You have very tenacious kind of people in their nature that are not sure if Israel will exist tomorrow, and we grow up like this, like every day since we're children, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really change it. It's something really innate in our, you know,
Right.
lives.
It's
So
the nature. Yes. Great. Yeah.
You know that in some countries people are more entrepreneurial in their orientation.
Yes.
And in some companies there are more like employees, workers go to company and work. There are many countries, even in Europe, that you will find people who are not many entrepreneurs in any kind of business, not only technology. And I think Israel was born by entrepreneurship. Okay, 60, 70 years ago. This is an entrepreneurial country. We built the country with zero possibility to succeed. Zero. When this country was born in 1948, there was zero, okay, possibility to succeed to build a country. Zero, even less than zero. So Israel was born as a new country, and a new country is about development, and development is about entrepreneurship. So our parents and our grandparents were entrepreneurs anyway, because they needed to build a new country, new cities, new houses, new technologies, new stores. Everything was new in the past 7 years. So we have been, into it because we've been there. But you know what comes to my mind? I think we share something common, your country and ours.
Mm-hmm. Right.
War. You have North Korea, and we have like 20 countries around us, which is almost the same size of North Korea. But we have something, we are entrepreneurs by nature. And I think that in your country, I'm not sure, you have the ability to build, okay, new corporates, the strongest in the world. Unbelievable what your country has done in manufacturing cars, electronics. It's unbelievable, okay, unbelievable. Japan was the first in the world, everybody was the first. And even the Chinese cannot beat you. They're trying hard. But so what I see here, I see kind of like this. If you build a StartupGrind there, and we have our own StartupGrind, and even those two countries, the StartupGrinders, all those guys of the entrepreneur, the investment, will connect strongly, okay? And we will come over there and help you, and you're going to come over here and help us. We will be able to build strong, big, huge companies, which we don't know how to do well. And we will help you in what we know how to do well by nature, okay? Raising the right children even in your environment, and helping adults to be more entrepreneurial, okay? In order to grow the GDP, in order, to do everything else, But I think there's opportunity here, because there's a big opportunity in StartupGrind anyway, because we can go anywhere in the world. But there's something common here, okay?
Yes.
And there's this war thing. You're afraid of war like us. Yes, maybe you will have war running in the 30 years, and we will have every year. But we have the experience in that. I think the common ground here can connect, okay, your people with our people on a very high level of development, okay, in order to build this time strong economy, better education, whatever it is, okay? And those startup grinders, those guys, if we can grow into 5,000 people in the next year, and you can grow into 50,000 people in the next year, because you have more number of, the population is bigger, then even those two groups, just these two groups, can have a huge influence on StartupGrind worldwide. This is how I see it. And the connection here, if people will listen to it and read it, and whatever they're going to do in the blog or in the show, is to find a way that we can help you to build StartupGrind, and StartupGrind US can help you to build it, and to strengthen the connection with these two nations. Just because of this one thing. We share one thing in common. And what we know to do better than you will help you, and you know how to do better than us many things, okay? So the connection might be very strong and powerful for us.
There will be a good cooperation, yes, between two countries.
And I will write the strategy and methodology for everything if you need. This is what I know how to do well.
Wow, thank you so much. So it was really great to have all of you in the StartupGrind. So thank you so much for doing this interview, and hope to see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye.